Hello and welcome back to another speed building video. Today I'm building a family home, or a family home for like young parents. And I was inspired to build this by houses in my area. Because I live in an area that has a lot of different house types, and I wanted to try and build a pretty, not generic, but a very common house style in the East Coast, or at least the East Coast slash Midwest, or at least my area of the East Coast. This is a very kind of popular house style, and typically this style is more of a split level type home. But we can't really emulate or replicate split levels realistically, how they are in real life, where you have the ground middle floor that's a little bit higher, or it's higher up off the ground, because then you have a little bit of what would be considered the basement, kind of poking out. And then you have a first floor, or no, a top floor that goes up like it normally would, but the stairs aren't as long. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But I was trying to do one of those, but I can't really replicate it 100%. So I decided to just do a regular 2-story house. But it kind of looks like what I was going for. I can post a picture, or not post a picture. I can include a picture in the video to show you guys what I was trying to kind of replicate. But yeah, so I'm building in this neighborhood because the family that I play with casually, I guess I would say, for my casual save file, a family that I play with, or it's the family that was in one of my, or in my only let's play video on here. They are the Duran family, and they're moving into this neighborhood, so I wanted to kind of finish up the houses in this neighborhood, because when they lived in Willow Creek, that's also what I did. I finished up the houses in that neighborhood, so it would feel like an actual neighborhood. And so I want to finish up the houses in this one, so I'm going to build this one, and then I'm going to build a very similar looking house on the lot next to this one. It's going to be it's gonna have the general same shape. It's just gonna be different layout wise on the inside, and probably look a little bit more outdated, because this one I imagine has been renovated. So instead of a beige siding with the brown woodwork that I'm putting in now, I decided to end up changing it and going for a more monochrome, white, black, and gray color scheme. And so you kind of see that a little bit later. But I imagine this house is for a couple that are maybe in their early 30s, and they bought this house and they kind of renovated it, just gave it a little bit of facelift. I imagine it was partially renovated when they bought it. They just changed it to their liking. So I imagine they're a couple that doesn't really like too much color, and so when they moved in, everything was black, white, and gray. But they had kids, so color obviously started seeping in, because a lot of kid and baby stuff is very colorful. So you'll kind of see later, and when I start decorating, how the main pieces of decor are black, white, and gray. But obviously the color comes from the baby's toys, the toddler's toys, the toddler's bedroom, and just their toy box, and that's where all the color comes from. But I wanted it to be very apparent that if there was a choice to not have any color, that they would go for that. They're very they really like the white, black, and gray monochrome style, which is something that I've seen a lot lately on the internet, like especially, well, in America it's more of like, I think like cream and beige is kind of really popular with a lot of people nowadays. And I remember in the UK I used to watch a lot of UK YouTubers, and for them it was like gray and white and like maybe like diamond like objects were really popular. Now I don't know, but when, you know, like back in the day it was like gray and white with like fluffy carpets, and like diamond decor pieces was like very popular. And then, you know, obviously like now in the US it's just uh like beige, you know, like natural fabrics have made like a comeback, which is cool, it's nice. But that's kind of what I wanted to go for, like a very like monochromatic, very put together, like everything was like bought with a purpose to look nice. It wasn't like, you know, like sometimes I'll decorate houses and it kind of looks like things were passed down, or, you know, things were bought at like a bunch of different, or it would like seem like things were bought at like yard sales and estate sales or passed down and stuff like that. But in this one I wanted it to be like very apparent that no, like a lot of this stuff was like carefully bought to fit a certain style. But so yeah, going back, I like forgot what I was talking about. So going back into like what the family is, I wanted this to be like a stay-at-home mom, and then like she takes care of the kids because she's also has a kid on the way, so she's staying home currently. Obviously she worked before she started having kids, but you know, now she has like, I want it to be like a 3 under 3 type family situation, so kids are coming very frequently. And so she doesn't work currently because obviously she has to take care of the kids, and she probably won't work for a long time, I imagine. And actually now that I'm recording this, she's already had the baby. And it was a boy, so this family consists of 3 boys. And I don't know if they're, I was thinking, because this does seem like, you'll see like the upstairs is kind of like very compact, and so is kind of the downstairs. And I was thinking like I might move them out one day. If they have more kids, I would definitely move them out into like a bigger house. But as of right now, I think they can make do. I don't know where I'm gonna put the baby once he grows up into a toddler. But I don't know, I'll probably move like the kid to the basement. But as you can see right here, I'm making like a baby gate because I thought it would be cool to use like the toddler fence as a baby gate, and I thought it wasn't gonna work, or I thought it was gonna work. Like I thought I would be able to use it and like lock it, but no, it doesn't work. They just walk right through it. So that was kind of sad, but you know, it's just there for like visual effect. And also another thing, you kind of saw me do this earlier and you can kind of see it now. I wanted the trim of this house to be white, like the door trim to be white, and then the actual door be black, because we don't really have like doors like that, I think, that kind of have like that effect. And so to do that, I put a door, and then I put like door, like what's it called, like a door frame, or like a I don't know what, oh my god, I'm like blanking, I don't know what it's called, but like an entry frame or like a door frame, I don't know what it's called, but the ones without the doors. I put that on it, and then just like sized it with tulle so it could fit well, and I think it looks nice, but it doesn't like, or sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't, it really just depends, because most of the times the Sims will just walk right through the door, and the door doesn't open because I think it's registering as like an open like door frame, not like the door, but sometimes the door does open. So if that bothers you, you can just take away the door frames, the white door frames, But if it doesn't, you can just leave that there. To me, it doesn't really bother me, and I really wanted to have like that effect of like white door frame, black door. And so I put it all throughout the house. But yeah, that's just a heads up in case you kind of see like your sim. If you use this house and you see your Sims walk through, and the door doesn't open, but they just walk through the door, that's why. So sorry for that like little ramble, but just in case anyone uses this, they're aware. And okay, so yeah, the mom is a stay-at-home mom. I imagine she was probably like a teacher or a daycare worker, or maybe like a nurse, like something like something not easy, but like something where she was like busy, probably like something where she was busy and that she was working with a lot of children. So like either like a pediatric nurse or like a kindergarten teacher. So I think she had like previous experience with kids, but you know, she wanted to start having a family. And then the husband is like I think I have like a mod, so he's actually like an HVAC. No, I think he's a construction supervisor. Because I think it comes with like a mod from, I believe it's either Midnight Tech or L Sims World, or I'm blanking on the last one, but there's like a lot of custom like mod makers that make special jobs and stuff like that. So I think he's like a construction like group leader or like supervisor. But yeah, so this is basically the kitchen that I'm working on. So as you can see, like everything's like pretty, like everything's black, everything's gray or white. You know, the like appliances are white, the cabinets are gray, and then everything else is like black except for like the curtains. I noticed that the curtains and the like aprons are like a beige color. I guess like pops of color. And this house actually took me like a long time. I filmed it in like 2 parts just because I wanted it to be like very cluttered in terms of having a lot of kid stuff. But that also meant that it took me a long time to like figure what I wanted. And I usually don't make like houses for babies or toddlers or like centered around toddlers and babies. I usually do like kids or teenagers, or just like single adult sims or like adult sim families, so stuff like that, older people. This house was originally supposed to be for an older couple, but I recently just like did a house for an older couple. I think one of my recent houses was like for an older couple, was like a grandparents house, and it had like aspects of like younger sims. But I was like, you know what, I think I do too much houses that are like have like that older vibe, so I wanted to do something a bit more modern, which is why I went for like this more modern color scheme kind of and design style, instead of doing what I was originally going to do. The house next door to this one, that one's a lot more outdated. That one has like warmer wood tones, and I think I'm going to make that probably for like an older or like a middle-aged couple maybe. And the house next door also is a couple that has a teenager and then has a baby on the way. And then the house on the other side of them are the Durans. So they have a newborn, and then they have a child, and then Aurora, who is the oldest daughter, she's a young adult. And then this family has 3 kids, and so I'll probably do the people next door. I might do them middle-aged couple with no kids maybe, or I'll see. I already uploaded that house actually, or yeah, I'm pretty sure I uploaded that house already on the gallery if you want to go check it out. I think it's called like warm, I think, or like original old Potter's Play, something like that. It's the most recent build on my page, so if you want to go and get that one, then that one is there. It's like move-in ready, so I did the kitchen, the bathrooms, the flooring, the wallpaper, the lighting, the outside like landscaping. And so all you have to do is like basically just put in your own furnishing, and it's ready to like be played in. And here I'm making a bar, which I actually ended up taking away because I included this also. This bar I used in that old, or like that nostalgic grandparents build. I decided to take that away, and I just replaced it with some counters. And then over here, I'm just like cluttering up the entryway. And then I think I like clutter up the bar a little bit. I clutter up these shelves that I put over here, which these shelves were actually kind of difficult to do. I had to do those off camera, and I had to like delete the wall, and I had to like raise them with the 9 key. It was kind of difficult. And as you can see over here as well in the back, I kind of already started choosing like some of the baby stuff, and I put like the paper plates that I was gonna put in the kitchen. I ended up putting them on the window because I thought that was like pretty like realistic, because sometimes like when I've ever been at someone's house that has like a baby, they have like a bunch of stickers and like those jelly stick-on things on the windows. So I thought I would do that, and then here I am just decorating the bar, which I will change out. And I just put like the counters that match the overhead cabinets. And then I just clutter up here, and then I think I put like a baby bag or like a diaper bag here, which she would probably like realistically grab as she's going out the door. And then from there we kind of transition. I think this is where I cut. Yeah, so this is where I do a transition into another day, and I think by then I've already like changed the bar. And so this is like the living room. And there's 2 living rooms in this house. There's actually an office for the husband, and then there's a guest bedroom. There is a downstairs like TV room / like workout area, and then there's this living room, and then there's a bathroom downstairs as well, which I kind of decorate to be like it's the husband's bathroom, because the upstairs one is like a pretty small bathroom, so I imagine like the wife and the babies use it, and then the husband can use the bathroom downstairs. So you'll see a bunch of like products of his. And then so upstairs there's the baby's room, which the baby actually has the bigger room just because the baby needs like the changing table and the crib. But once like the baby ages up into a toddler, I'll probably put the 2 toddlers in the bigger room, and then I'll put the newborn baby, when they grow up into a baby, I'll put that baby in the smaller room. But yeah, there's the baby's room, the toddler's room, and then the master bedroom, and then a bathroom upstairs. So the house is pretty small, and it's kind of tight. Like I kind of had to utilize the hallway, and I put like a dresser in there, or like a couple dressers in there, and a couple just clutter items. So yeah, this is a pretty like small house. Especially as your family starts growing, it will probably be difficult to kind of like maneuver stuff. I had to like play test a lot of stuff because, as you'll see, I clutter up this living room a lot, and a couple things I couldn't get to. So I had to do like some shuffling. So if things look different to what they look like now, when you download it, it will probably look a little bit different, just because I had to like, kind of wiggle things here and there to like a position to where I could get like the Sims to use them. But all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. I really like it. I don't typically make like young family houses, just because I don't really play with like babies or toddlers like that. I don't really like play, like I rarely play. And when I do, or not rarely, but I don't play as much as I build. And so when I do, I don't want to be playing with like toddlers and babies because they're very needy, which is like obviously like it's realistic. Babies and toddlers are needy, but in the game I just want to like do whatever. And so constantly having to worry about like feeding the baby, changing the baby, I'd rather use that like, I don't know, doing like something else, like going to a bar with like, I don't know, my Sims or something like that, or just seeing like what they can do traveling. But yeah, so that's that. And I don't really have anything else planned for this voiceover. I think I'll probably stop here. I will continue. I do want to do my next video. I want it to be like another let's play with the Duran family, the Duran Thompson family. Because a lot of stuff has changed since the last video. Yeah, a lot of stuff ended up happening, and it plans have changed. I was going to play with Aurora, but things have gone not too well for her. So I'll probably just have to focus on like Freddy or something. Because what I had planned for her, as officially is not gonna happen. And then I also want to do, I have been wanting to build a diner, but I don't know if anyone's come across this. There's like a glitch where wherever I put down a dining booth, my game like freezes. And it's really like, it's so annoying because I want to build a diner so bad in Oasis Springs or like a Denny's, because I wanted it to be more like a Denny's instead of a diner. But I think Denny's is a diner, but just like a restaurant diner. But I don't know, I want it to look like a Denny's, and I can't because every time I place down a dining booth, it like breaks. So now I'm probably gonna have to do like a restaurant with no dining booth, but then I feel like that takes away like the diner feel. I really wanted to use a dining booth, but anyways, it's like not that serious of a problem, but to me, it kind of is because I've been wanting to build a diner for like 2 weeks, and I can't because every time I do, my game freezes and I have to exit the game, and then it's just like a whole ordeal. And then with the new update, there's also been so many glitches. I got like a glitch, because I didn't take out any of my mods because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, and I didn't take out any of my mods, and I got like the glitch where the loading screen was black, and so I took out the mods that I thought was affecting it, which was like UI, because it's usually always like UI extensions or like MCC tools, stuff like that will really mess up your game. And so I took that out, and I also took out like the loading screen overrides that I had, and so I took that out, and everything was working good. But then I started getting the blue screen glitch, which, if you don't know, it's like your screen has like a blue overlay and you can't click anything on the home screen, so you have to like exit out, and then you like boot it up and it happens again. And the thing is, the override that I had like got rid of that blue screen glitch, but I can't use the override right now because it's like broken, I think. And so yeah, it's just a whole thing. I don't know what's going on with like the coding team at EA. I don't want to be like mean, because I like imagine like going through that much coding is probably like really stressful for them, but I don't know, it's like every update the game kind of gets like more and more broken, and it's kind of sad. Like, it's just sad. But anyways, I'm doing the basement right now. You can kind of see that I'm doing like the office, because I imagine the husband is like a gamer too. And then I'll do like the bathroom and the guest bedroom, which is like pretty much empty, and then like the little like family room. But yeah, I'll leave you guys here because that's all I really have to say, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.